What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the RADcast. I'm Nicki Dimalanta. My friends call me Rogue Leader.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
I almost said Beyond the Schmodown, but that show doesn't exist anymore.
Muscle memory.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Happy Hanukkah, if you're celebrating that at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
If you're celebrating Christmas, it's in less than a week. Very exciting. If you're celebrating other stuff too. Not really sure the start dates of those, but that's cool.
I think Hanukkah already started.
It did. It started on Sunday.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah. The 18th, I think, was the day it started.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Happy
holidays. But we say Merry Christmas here because we celebrate Christmas.
Right. But we're not going to say it to you if you don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
We're not going to,
Yeah.
You celebrate what you celebrate. I'm not going to be like, Merry Christmas. And you're like, hey, I celebrate Hanukkah. I'm like, no.
Do you remember when that was
Merry Christmas.
Do you remember when that was a huge thing? I think it was in like the early 2000s, late 90s.
Yeah.
Where they made a huge deal. It's like, I don't celebrate Christmas. And that's when everybody, like all the stores and everybody started
saying Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays and stuff like that. I remember Stephen Colbert made a big deal about it. And then he went back and forth between, if you say Merry Christmas, I'm going to punch you. Oh, if you say Happy Holidays, I'm going to punch you or something like that.
He's hilarious.
He's so funny. I missed that show because it was clearly like a parody over exaggeration of satire of who he is.
Yeah.
So I missed that show.
He's hilarious. Yeah, I find it interesting because it's anybody that would get upset over like, you better say Merry Christmas to me. It's like, what if that person doesn't celebrate Christmas? How are they supposed to know? We're not walking around with signs on that say what holidays you celebrate. I don't know what you celebrate. You don't know what I celebrate. Why not just say Happy Holidays? It's not an attack on you.
Yeah.
It's just
saying like, I don't know which one you celebrate.
It's nice. It's a nice thing to say. And they're not saying Merry Christmas to offend you. They're saying they're not saying Merry Christmas because they're not sure if you celebrate it. Because news flash, not everybody celebrates Christmas, especially, I mean, not especially, but like in this country.
Yeah.
We're a melting pot. Lots of people here. And they don't all celebrate. A lot of them do, but not everybody.
It's the majority of the people. And Christmas has become so commercialized too. So it's like,
yeah. Yeah. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, I mean, don't get offended if somebody doesn't say Merry Christmas to you. They're almost like affording you the grace of not knowing exactly what you celebrate. And if you say, hey, I celebrate Christmas, they can be like, all right, fine,
okay,
Merry Christmas. Damn.
You should start running around with name tags like, I celebrate Christmas.
Yeah. And if you see that somebody celebrates like some other holiday and you don't want to say it because that makes you mad, then I don't know, just don't say it.
I don't know what to tell you.
Don't be mean. Just, it's supposed to be a merry time of year.
Yeah.
Like
it's the most wonderful time
of the year. But I'm going to be pissed if you don't say Christmas to me. Like it's just relax. But yeah, it is a fun time of the year.
It is.
Regardless of what you celebrate or don't, because there's people out there that don't celebrate anything. I know that comes as a shock to people, but there are some people that don't celebrate anything. And, if they get federal holidays off, then they just get a day off, and that's cool for them too. I'm happy that they get that.
Play video games all day long.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's another good topic for another time is hobbies that people consider to be like, and it's for kids. What are you, a kid? And it's like,
that's like all my hobbies.
Yeah. So that'll be something. What are your hobbies that when you were like 12, people would make fun of you for, but now you're like, I don't care because I'm an adult. And if it makes me happy, that's what I'm going to do.
That's a huge discussion because nerd culture is basically what I am and or all my hobbies. And now they're more widely acceptable now.
Yeah. And sometimes trendy.
Yeah. But that's a conversation for another time.
A good question for another time.
We're here to talk about if you celebrate it.
Christmas. And if you don't, and you just want to hang out with two dummies that do, here we are.
Here we are. But yeah, like, I don't know, because like Christmas was different at our house. You've experienced some of them, the big family gatherings.
Yeah.
And like, just what we did for Christmas, like big get-togethers and
yeah.
What was it? The elephant gift exchange, whatever it's called, Yankee swap or what? I don't know what it's called now.
Wait, did you guys actually do the thing? Okay, so Andrew has a big family, a rather large family, and it can get costly. And that was back in the day when it, you know, a loaf of bread wasn't $10, you know?
And then we have like a million kids to buy for.
Yeah. It was still a big family. And so it kind of gets a little costly when you're like, I got to buy a present for this cousin and his wife. And I got to buy this cousin and her husband. And I got this person and they're this and they're that. My mom, my dad, my aunt, my uncle, cousins,
5 other
brothers,
uncles
sisters,
and aunts. Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It can become a lot. It's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It's expensive. And so you guys did like a gift exchange. Now, my question for you, because unless I'm a dummy, which is entirely possible, the white elephant gift exchange is the one where y'all sit in a room in a circle and you draw numbers. And number 1, hi, I'm going to pick out this present.
Yes.
And I'm going to open it. Number 2, person. I open my present. Oh my God, it's some hot chocolate kit. And then person number 2, they can either steal number 1's gift or take a new one and so on and so forth.
Yes, we did that.
That's what you did?
So what we did that every year, but we also at Thanksgiving we would do Secret Santas basically, and we draw names out of the hat, and that's because we all agree it's like this is getting too, especially when me and my cousins all started working, joined the workforce, and we all made our own money. We can buy gifts for each other, and then we just realized like, hey, I'm spending my all my earnings for the next 2 months for Christmas presents on everybody. Yeah. And so we're all like, yeah, this is getting expensive too. So we all agreed we're just gonna draw a name out of a hat, and that's who you got that year.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we also did the white elephant. I heard it Yankee Swap one time.
Too, yeah.
I've heard of that, but we also did that.
That sounds offensive. I don't know if it is, but it feels like it is.
Yeah. So yeah, but we did that, and so every Christmas we got together on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day was reserved for your immediate family. Christmas Eve was we all got together.
So popular.
Ooh, who was that? I don't know that. That is. Yeah. But yeah, Christmas Eve we all got together at somebody's house.
Yeah.
And then Christmas Day we spent with immediate family.
Right.
But on Christmas Eve we gave your Secret Santa the gift, and then we also did that game. And we both. We did both.
In one night?
In one night. So you buy 2 gifts. It's
not so bad.
It's not, and we put a limit, like a $20 limit on the white
There's
elephant.
usually a limit, because if you don't put a limit, somebody's going to give you like lottery cards, and somebody else is going to buy like some $100 gift card to something.
And the point was to get the most ridiculous gift imaginable.
Hot take, hate white elephant gift exchanges.
I do too.
Because I feel like I have the worst luck in them. We always did them at, when I did work in a place with people.
In an office.
When I did work in a location with other people, we did those. And I would always get the shittiest presents. Like one time, I mean, I don't know. It's all perspective. One time, the gift I ended up with was this big jelly belly jelly bean dispenser. I'm like, the fuck am I going to do with this? I don't really do jelly beans. I didn't have a kid at the time.
Didn't you give it to your mom?
No, I think I gave it to my coworker. Who you know her. I'm just not going to say her name because it's a unique name.
Yeah.
I gave it to my coworker because she at the time was potty training her son.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, I could use that as incentive. I'm like, take it. I don't have a kid yet. At that time, I was still a couple of years out. And I'm not sure I would have wanted it even if we did have our kid by then. It was just gross. Not gross. It was just not. It wasn't cute. It just wasn't cute. But yeah, I usually end up with some shit gift, and I'm like,
that's the point. That was the point of it. It was just like,
but other people got some cool stuff. Like I am one of the easiest people to buy for. I think gift wise, I think I am one of the easiest people in the world.
We're so easy to buy for.
Well, it's like you can't really go wrong if it's Star Wars. A graphic tee that's something in the geekdom fandom. Now D&D stuff.
Yeah. I think I have a sneaky suspicion people might have picked up on this new obsession, and I might get a lot of D&D stuff this year.
You might. We might be returning things to Kohl's and exchanging things. Kohl's, we can go there to do things for Amazon returns. We'll see. I don't know. I think a couple people have been buying off of your Amazon wish list, which is a godsend, by the way, if you do gift giving in any form. Yeah. Amazon wish list, even if you don't buy off of Amazon, it's just a nice repository to be like, this is what I like. You don't have to buy from Amazon. You can go to Walmart, wherever the hell you want to go. But there was I almost recommended something to somebody to get for you.
Yeah.
Your brother. I almost recommended something to your brother to get for you. But
Which
then
one?
your younger brother.
Okay.
He was texting me and I was like, I was thinking about recommending something to him. And then I was like, wait a minute. Text my mom. And she's like, yo, I already got that. I'm like, oh no. And so I'm like, oh, maybe this. Let me text my mom first. And she goes, yeah, no, I got that too. Oh shit. So you didn't get duplicates of those two things. I'll tell you that much for free. But yeah, pretty much Star Wars, a graphic tee, pretty much, comic book stuff, Superman stuff, whatever. Superman more than Batman.
If you can find it on this shelf behind me.
Yeah.
Minus the belt.
D&D stuff. Those are pretty sure things.
Yeah. I also did want to. I didn't go as ridiculous as it had last year, like in previous years. It's like, oh, camera shit.
Well,
it costs like hundreds of dollars. It's expensive. So I'm like, let me look at some reasonable, like you said, T-shirts, D&D stuff. Like, I didn't try. There's some like dice trays that I saw. They're like, oh my god, $60. It's custom made, like wooden carved, and like, I don't need that.
Just give me a cardboard box.
Give me a cardboard box.
Toss my dice into. Yeah.
I had this conversation for our friend that's the DM for our group, and he's like, you got to work on your dice rolls, son. You got to like get a backspin on it. And it's like, what?
RDM?
Yeah, RDM.
He told you?
He told, because like the last session I was just doing this, like, ooh, crabs or something like that. And he's like, you got to get some backspin on that. I do have one of our players. She's our mage. Our sorcerer. She has like a million tiny little D6s. They're like this big.
Was she the one that was actually there last time?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
She's there both. Yeah, she's there. She's been there every session.
About.
And did you see how many dice she had?
Everybody.
She went wild their last session because like she had all these sorcerer. I know this makes no sense to you and probably people that are watching. She had all these sorcery points that she can spend to use on all these spells. She was basically our big gun. She kept us alive through. We had 3 battles that session, and she did everything. She had like all these dice. And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm gushing over my new hobby.
Ain't Christmas. But yeah, those are pretty sure shots.
Yeah.
For you. For me, oh my God. Literally walk in. Well, yes, but walk into Sephora, Ulta, Bath and Body Works. Buy me almost literally anything in any of those
Close
stores.
your eyes.
Close your eyes, spin around and go, give me that, and that, and I'll probably
put it in a
love
basket.
Like pretty much anything. I'm a sucker for even those stupid little gift sets, those like generic little
that you find at the counter.
Yes, you get like the little basket of like, you have like, brown sugar vanilla. Which brown sugar vanilla is not really my favorite, but that's usually a pretty common scent you find this time of year.
I think,
you get the little shower gel, a lotion, a hand lotion, a body spray. Oh, I'll eat it up. Not literally, but like I love that shit. Like that's the kind of stuff. Oh yeah, skincare, makeup, lotions, things that smell good.
Yeah,
easy peasy. Candles, easy peasy. I will take it all.
Yeah,
all the time.
We also had this conversation of like gift cards. Why there's such a stigma around like, oh, you're so thoughtless for giving a gift card. It's like, no, that's like actually the best thing you can give me.
You're very thoughtful. If you need to get me something,
just give me a gift card.
And you don't know what to get me, I will never be offended at a gift card because that means that you're giving me the gift of money. Saved time.
Yeah.
Well, because you were already going to spend, like, say you wanted to spend $25 on somebody and you're like, I don't know what to get them. I would so much rather you give me a $25 gift card and be like, go crazy than to get me something worth $25. And I'm like, I don't want this. I just to get me some random thing at, Brookstone that I don't want or need. And now the onus is on me. It's my problem now that I got to go return it. And then
I also think it's like, oh, you only gave me $25 when you can get something that like it looks expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I feel like these days you could kind of Google.
If
you wanted to be that guy, which don't.
It's only $50.
Well, you never know what somebody's situation is. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's, if you're giving me a $5 gift card, it's $5 I've done before.
Yeah.
Like, no problem with that.
No, it's like, just give me an Amazon gift card because I always need stuff off of Amazon. Just give me a gift card. It's not.
Yeah. The only bad thing is that if you like say we were giving gifts to each other, which we don't really do anymore because what's the point? But like say that we were just two like random people, random friends, and I give you a gift card, you give me a gift card. We're just exchanging money. Just keep your freaking money and spend it on yourself at that point.
Yeah.
That's what my mom and her brother, my uncle, did growing up, if I'm not mistaken. I think at one point, because growing up, it was me and my brother, and then my uncle and our two cousins, our two boy cousins. So there was 2 and 2 for mom, uncle. And for a while, they were exchanging gifts, and they were always, and we never lived in the same state. Sometimes they lived overseas. So it was sometimes like they will not always be shipping gifts.
And it costs double the
and
amount.
it costs extra to ship it, depending on how big the toy or whatever it is. And I think one year they were both like, what are we doing? Like, we're spending money to send toys to kids that are in the same sort of age group. And they're like, you know what? Buy your kid a toy for Christmas. I'll buy my kid a toy for Christmas. Wrap it up and tell them it's from me.
Yeah.
You're basically just exchanging money at this point, which is kind of any gift giving.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you got somebody who lives in another state, it kind of makes sense. Like, I don't know. I always thought that their philosophy was always good. Like, we're just exchanging the same kind of toy. We're exchanging the same amount of money. Just keep it, buy it for them, and, you know, or don't.
Yeah.
But if you do, just tell them it's for me.
I think that made sense for your parents, but like it would make sense for us. But now it's kind of like Amazon, like them or hate them,
True.
based off of how they treat their employees and stuff. But it makes it
well.
so simple.
They do, because you ship it straight to their doorstep.
And it ships straight to them.
And you can have like the gift wrap, which is basically just a gift sack. Yeah. They just throw everything in.
Yeah, and I'll, like I'm a terrible gift giver. I don't know what to buy anybody anything. It's like,
well,
buy your brother.
You got some toughies in your family.
I do.
Tough people to buy for. I mean,
like I said, I'm the easiest to buy for.
I think you and I are both easy to buy for.
But like that's why
I'm just happy to get things.
That's why like this year we made it such an effort to like, give me your Amazon wish list, just so I know you want this thing, because in the past I'm like, I think they'd like this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, my parents were still hard to buy for, but my brothers, I was like, just
your mom's easier than your dad, I think.
Yeah, my dad is the hardest to buy for because it's like.
Well, and there's the age-old thing of like, dad, what do you get for a dad? You know, throughout the year, he's an adult. If he wants something, he buys it.
I've gotten him the classic like mug,
but how
t-shirts.
How much can you do that?
Yeah, the best mug I got him was this one year. Is like, if Papa can't fix it, we're all screwed. I think
and it had like tools and stuff.
Yeah,
on
it
it?
had tools, and stuff like that. But,
Screwdriver.
We've gotten him like biking stuff because he likes to bike. But it's like, how many biking t-shirts can I get him? How many sports stinks can I get him? So it's like,
how many camelbacks does he need?
Yeah. And like 9 out of 10 times he already has it. It's like
Exactly. I feel like dad gifts are kind of like, my dad's relatively easy to buy for.
He has an Amazon wish list. Like your parents got on the
even
wish list
prior to that.
Yeah.
But yes, both of my parents, I don't know what year it was, but I don't know if my mom suggested it or if we had it and we were like, do you want to use it? I don't know how it started.
I think it started off like I had a list and you had a list. And they're like, oh, this is really easy.
And you're like, oh, you could share that with me? And like, yeah.
Yeah. So for birthdays and Christmas.
And so for a while, I think we just shared ours with them. And then they made one, shared it with us. So now buying for my parents, like bing, bang, boom. When early, before we did that, I don't think my dad is super hard to buy for.
Yeah.
There's certain things that he'll always take. And my mom, I don't think she's super hard to buy for. I think she's pretty easy to buy for.
Yeah, she's along the same lines as you, like candles and
exactly.
And, house good.
And I know what to stay away from and what colors and scents and whatever's ingredients. But
ingredients.
Well, because she's allergic to a certain thing that's in a lot of lotions. So I got to make sure I don't get things that have that in it. But no, I think my parents are relatively easy to buy for, and it made it even easier by a wish list online. Yeah. Gift giving is hard sometimes.
It is, but like I had a thought and just lost it. Oh no.
Buying for your parents, buying for your family, presents.
Yeah,
Amazon.
we always do that to each other. It's like, I lost my train of thought, and we start naming things. I was like, no, you're just making me steer further away from what you're going to stop it.
I usually try to like say things that we had just been talking about to spark your memory.
Yeah.
It just confuses you.
I like Amazon as much as they suck to their employees, they're so useful and handy.
Yeah.
Especially like because I remember before the whole Amazon thing, like you had like kids, you had to go to a mall.
You had to go to the local Toys R Us.
You had to go out to the world to a mall and then buy things with cash.
Yeah.
And you actually had to physically exchange. Then you had to go home and wrap it. And if they lived out of state, you had to ship it. That's one thing about online shopping I love. I don't have to go anywhere.
I know.
And that's the other side. Also, with the wish list, you can see what other people bought. So it's like, oh, I think I'll buy this, this one thing. And then you go to add a card, like, somebody already bought it off the list. You might not want to double buy it. It's
yeah.
like, oh, great. So let's buy this instead.
That just happened on your list.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest something to your younger brother. I think your older brother got it. Because when I clicked on it, I was like, somebody may have gotten this. I'm like, okay, thanks, Amazon, for the heads up.
Yeah.
So I didn't suggest it. But yeah, it is useful.
Yeah.
I'm sure that at this point in time, where we're like a week and a half away from 2023, there's probably a site out there where you could just bookmark whatever you want and make your own wish list. It doesn't necessarily have to be on Amazon. It doesn't have to be with this chain, that chain. It's just a generic, like, I found this online. Here, let me link to the site, and you can just try to find it somewhere.
Yeah, like I said,
I'm sure there is. If you're like
so convenient, especially
Amazon.
the 2-day shipping, and you can keep track of like, oh, it's going to be there right now.
It's 8 stops away.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's so like handy, but it's like, come on, treat your employees better. Give them bathroom breaks and benefits and
bathroom breaks, like it's some luxury.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It's like, I understand that to keep it efficient, you have to keep people going, but it's like, I can wait another day.
Yeah.
If it means that.
Amazon now, Prime now.
Put it in my hands now.
Click the doorstep in 5 minutes, otherwise I'm going to be pissed.
Same day delivery? Ugh.
Yeah. Even that still blows my mind sometimes.
I don't know what you did, but like I remember when we all, before I went off to college, like before the whole Amazon thing, we'd open our presents Christmas Day, and then the day after Christmas, we actually go to the mall and like maybe return things, and go shopping. And I always had a tradition of like, when I had money, growing up, I'd buy myself a present. So it's like Christmas gift to me.
Thank you, me.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I didn't get this year. Nobody got me this thing this year, but so I'm going to buy it for me. It was usually like around like.
From me to me.
Yeah, it was like an $80 gift for myself. It would be like new shoes.
Pumas.
Puma. Well, yeah, I wasn't into Pumas back then. But yes, it's dumb stuff. Maybe a jacket that I would never wear because I live in Florida.
Yeah, I'm not about that return. I hate returning things.
Yeah.
I hate returning things. I don't, in any situation, I don't send food back in restaurants. I don't like to return things to department stores because, first of all, I feel like a nuisance. And second of all, I just don't fucking feel like it. Like, oh my goodness. So like returns rarely ever happen for me anymore because Amazon wish list exists. But
well, there is that rare occasion where you have to return something.
Yeah.
Especially when I order something, it's like, that's not what I thought it was.
Well, I mean.
But the whole Kohl's drop-off thing makes it so easy. And then, they give you this like $25, like.
Here's some Kohl's
cash. You have to spend it here in 2 days.
Yeah, you gotta spend it within the week. Come back to me.
Oh, well, you got me. I'm going to go to the graphic tees section and buy me a new graphic tee.
Unbelievable. Yeah, if you walk into that center section of Kohl's, anything, I'll take anything there. Yeah. Anything that would make me happy. No, we didn't do that. I don't think.
What was gifts like in your like growing up? Because we always got like one big thing, and then underwear and socks and pajamas and things we needed. Then that one big thing we wanted throughout the year. I don't specifically remember when we were like really little. Mm-hmm. It was different when we were really little. It got different as you got older. As you got older, yeah. Because kids want dumb shit when they're young. Yeah. We got a lot of Ninja Turtles growing up.
Same.
Action figures.
I feel like I don't know. I have a really good memory, but at other times I have a terrible memory. For certain, I don't know what it is. I don't like high school. I couldn't tell you. One of the like biggest things I remember getting, not like big in value, but like one of my clearest memories was I think my brother and I were in because he was a couple years older than me. He was in I think high school or something, which I was probably in middle school or so. I think, or somewhere around those types of ages. And I think he got like a TV for his room or something. And I was so jealous. I think I remember hearing this story. Yeah, I think he got a TV for his room, and I was so jealous because we didn't really have TVs in our room when we were below a certain age. Once we got to a certain age, then it became okay. But like below a certain age, no TVs in our room, and computers too, for that matter. And I think one year, if I remember correctly, I think he got a TV, and I was like, oh, so jealous, even though he was the older one.
Yeah.
But I was so jealous. And then I think my parents wrapped up the remote to the TV, or a remote.
Yeah.
And then I opened up my present. I think my mom was like, you should open this. And I opened it and it was a remote. And I'm like, nice, give me the remote to his TV. And she was like, no, actually. And I think I got a TV also. I think that's how it went down. But yeah, I think it was never really, my mom is not the type to want like one present under the tree. She wants that to be overflowing. So, and I think that was even true when we were like even living with them.
Yeah. God, opening presents.
It may not have been quite as it is now, but
it is.
Because you know, if I know my mom, she likes for the tree to be overflowingeth with things underneath it if she can manage, you know, because when you're growing up, you know, I'm sure things can get tight from time to time money wise and blah blah blah. But especially nowadays, she likes for the cup to runneth over.
Oh my goodness.
And,
It's especially now that she has a granddaughter to spoil.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So no, I don't think it was ever like, here's one big thing. Maybe the year that we got a TV, it was kind of like we got that and a couple of smaller things. But I don't think it was ever like, here's your one thing.
Yeah.
Here's your big thing. I don't think it was ever really like that. And another thing that we've always been very heavy on, and it's gotten increasingly more so over the years, is stocking stuffers. Can I just say that stocking stuffers maketh man, right?
Yeah.
What is that? Manners maketh man.
Manners maketh man.
Stocking stuffers are, they could be the entire Christmas for me.
Yeah, going to your parents' house for Christmas has always been an experience for me.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh my God, there's a lot of
culture shock. A little bit of a culture shock.
Yeah, it's like, well, first, 1 million Christmas trees in the house.
27 right now.
27 right
27
now,
decoratable Christmas trees. Not
Goals,
including,
am I right?
Not including figurines or images of trees.
Yeah. But then like when Christmas Day happens, like you said, the tree, there's not just presents under the tree. It's around the tree, spilling out into the kitchen. And then you go around the corner and it's like, all right, we opened up presents, time for stockings. And it's basically the same thing.
Just smaller.
Just smaller ones in the other room. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, so Christmas morning is you wake up, maybe have a little bit of breakfast.
Right now it's French toast cooked by this guy.
Yeah, maybe have a little bit of breakfast. And then it's time to open presents. We put on the Grinch, the original animated Grinch, Boris Karloff, and whatever.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
And we don't sit and watch it, but it's just on in the background while we open presents. So, you know, by the time they're trimming up the tree with Christmas stuff at the end of it, you know, you're heavily into your presents and you're opening things up. And it's always just kind of like we sit by the tree and it's like, hey, this one's for you. And you go, hey, this one's for you. And you just like throwing presents around. Hey, this one's yours. And everyone's opening it. Christmas wrapping paper's fucking everywhere.
It's really just like, here's your present. And you're opening your first one. And then it's like, all right, this is on the street. It's like, okay.
Yeah, you just
this
get
is another one for you. It's like, oh my God.
You just get surrounded by presents and you're just opening them up. And
you're like Fort Kickass with presents.
Oh my God, nice reference. I got that reference. Archer. And also growing up, one of our other fun Christmas memories is one of our dogs. Her name was Chelsea, R.I.P. One of the best girls we ever had.
Oh, it was the one with the.
Well, yeah, because we rescued her. We rescued all of our dogs, but we like really rescued her from like an abusive house, and like I think they used to like hit her with stuff, because she used to be deathly afraid of anything that looked like
something
like,
to hit her with.
Even something like a paper towel tube, the roll that after you're done with the wrapping paper, the roll that's underneath, she would like run away, run under the bed.
God, people are shitty.
I know, I hate people. And they also didn't feed her right. She was like really overweight to an unhealthy point to where the vet was like, oh no, we need to get her to a manageable weight. It was just a lot. And so over the years, we were able to like rehabilitate her. And then we got her to the point where she was like, yeah, fuck those paper towel rolls. And to the point where she wasn't scared of them anymore. When my mom would finish with a wrapping paper, or a paper towel roll, we'd give them to Chelsea and she would rip them up like she was taking revenge on all those, days that she spent before.
Such a sweet story.
So, so she liked ripping things up. And so what we would do is on Christmas, we'd have like little toys or little presents that we knew weren't fragile. And we would give them to her. And then she would sit there and she'd hold them with her little dog hands. And she would like rip a little piece off and make a pile over here. Rip a little piece off and make a pile over here. And she would usually have like a pile here in front of her and then here. And she would just put her piles, of wrapping paper. And then if we had like a wrapping paper roll, we'd give it to her. And she'd just like run around with it and then rip it apart. It was adorable. So that was a Christmas thing. But yes, so we open our presents, main presents. And then once that's done, take a breather for a second.
Eat some more breakfast.
Maybe you eat another piece of French toast. And then we return. Well, now in my parents' house is in another room. But growing up in my childhood house, it was the same room.
Yeah.
It was just the couch.
Yeah.
Santa comes and he brings out the stockings. We call them stompings because we're dumb. I almost said it out of reflex. It's stomping time. And so we do stomping stumpers, as we call them, because we're stupid. So,
and these are more like useful items like Q-tips, shampoos,
chapsticks,
treats like candies. And it's like
every year, beef jerky.
The Christmas, the Christmas sausage or the Christmas
summer sausage.
Summer sausage, sorry.
Hell yeah. They're so bad for you, but they're so yummy.
That's bad for you.
That's bad for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get all sorts of like little trinkets. Yeah, more on the useful side, which is very exciting as an adult.
Yeah. And it's great because I haven't had to buy a body wash or shampoo for the past 5 years because I always get like 3 of them.
I think last year or the year before, I'd mentioned that I use like those cotton rounds when I take off my makeup, which I think I'm going to switch to reusable ones for the environment. But like, I think I mentioned those like disposable cotton rounds. And my mom, I think she ordered some, didn't realize what she ordered. She got, instead of getting like a sleeve of them, she got like a box of like 10 sleeves of them. I'm still not even halfway through it, I don't think. But yeah, then we open our stocking stuffers and it's chaos. One funny thing on Christmas, somewhat recently, like in the past couple years, my grandfather was there and his girlfriend at the time, because my grandmother passed away several years ago, and he had a partner, I guess you could say. And that one Christmas, she came to my parents' house, and now they're very old.
Yeah.
He's 90, so she's probably not far behind. So they're of a different generation. Although everybody's got their Christmas and holiday routines, whatever. But like, we sat down Christmas morning, and I think we grabbed the first present, and she was like, I think I had a present. I think each one of us had a present in our hands, ready to go. Grinch on the TV. And I think she was like, okay, who's going to go first? And we're like, what?
All of us.
What are you talking about? She was thinking, because the way her family did it was, okay, Nikki's going to sit there and open her present while we watch her. Okay, all right. Now, Andrew, you open your present and we're going to watch you. Okay, now Mom's going to open it. We're going to watch her. I'm like, lady, you don't even know what you're about to witness. So the carnage that then ensued, because we were like, we're not doing that.
Do you see all these presents?
Do you know how long that would take us?
We'll be here until New Year's.
And also, opening presents while people are watching you is so awkward. It makes my skin crawl.
Yeah.
Like, that's why whenever people have like baby showers, I don't know if we did that at our baby shower.
We did.
Oh,
we did. Everybody watched us while we opened every single present.
Even if it's something that I love, I'm still going to feel awkward being like, it just feels like, it's so awkward. Yeah. So I'm like, no, we're not going to sit here and watch each other open our presents, because number one, it would take forever. And number two, that's lame. If that's your family tradition, keep on doing you.
No, but we can't do that especially with your parents, because like we said,
that's just not how we've ever rolled.
The cup overfloweth with presents. It's like, oh my god,
that's not how we do.
That one story you told me about when they wrapped up the remote controller for you.
Yeah.
What did you end up getting? You got like
I think I got a TV.
Oh, okay.
Either I got a TV for my room, or I remember one of us, I don't know if it was me or my brother, one of us got like a handheld TV. So I don't really know. All I know is I think I got a remote. And I remember, I don't know if I said it out loud, which would have been a little rude of me. So I don't know if I said it out loud or in my head, but I was like, oh yeah, nice. The remote to his TV, great.
No, because every year, like growing up, my mom doesn't do this anymore, but she used to play a trick on one of us every single year.
Tell me again, because I forgot.
So,
like you're not going to.
Yeah. No, so like every year, like she'd like wrap something up that was part of the gift, like sort of like that, and it wasn't the full gift. One year she wrapped up video games because we were all asked for video games and towels, so we all got towels. Like, oh, fun. Towels, because we always
like
got
bath towels.
Bath towels. So we always got we thought that was the useful gift that year. We're like, oh, fun. Where's the real gift? It's like, that is the real gift. It's like
a towel, a single towel.
It was like 3 towels.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, oh, fun. She's like, you don't want to
unwrap it and see how it feels.
So we opened it up and we had all our video games. Like one year, me and my younger brother got our big gifts, and my older brother got a kite. Like we got these super awesome, like cool gifts that we wanted, and he got a kite, and he's
like, cool.
He was
avocado.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, mom, oh, cool, mom, thanks, a kite. And he was so nice about it. He didn't want to be like the shitty older brother. They're like, where's my gift?
Yeah.
But she's like, oh, honey, here it is, and he got his real gift.
Oh, that's cute.
But I got paid. I got so every year she did this. But one year I got payback on her because like she'd always want a movie every year, like that she would watch all year round. She was obsessed with. She watched it once every day for the year. And one year she wanted Serenity, the Firefly.
Serendipity, but
no, Serenity. Yeah. It was the movie cap off to the Firefly series. So I was like, okay, I'll buy her that. But then I also bought like the best present for myself. I bought Cinderella Man or something like that. A Beautiful Mind. I think it was Cinderella Man, but it was when the DVDs came in sleeves. So I took out the sleeve of Cinderella Man and put it on the Serenity and wrapped it up. And she's like, so she knew
like, cool.
It was wrapped like you can tell it was a movie. She's like, oh, I wonder what this is. She was getting all excited because for all up until Christmas, she's like, I want Serenity. I want Serenity. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll think about it. So she's like, oh, she literally opens it up and she had this childlike fit and went, no, this isn't the one. I'm like, Mom. I pulled the sleeve off.
Don't you know how this works?
So it's the one year I got her. Out of all the other years, she always tricked one of us. So it's like, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
It was just so funny that child like getting a jacket instead of a toy. Like, no. I was like, Mom.
My mom does a little bit of that. Where she'll like wrap something, where she'll have something that doesn't have a box, but she needs a box to be able to wrap it properly. Yeah. And she'll take some random box, like I'll open it up and it'll be like some Amazon box for like vacuum filters. And I'm like,
okay.
Word? And she's like, yeah, go ahead and open it. I just needed a box.
Yeah, this is something I've also learned going there. It's like, don't assume what you get is what you get. Your mom's like, let me open the box just to be sure.
She'll do the old, she'll juke you with the box. You know, once you unwrap it, she'll give you a little juke, and then you open the box and you're like, oh, what? That was out of left field. I wasn't expecting that. Like, my dad's never gonna listen to this, but one of his presents this year, I wrapped up in an empty White Castle box. Oh, yeah. So he'll open it and be like, burgers? Yo, okay.
Yo, cool. Okay.
And then he'll open up and it's like a workout shirt.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times, but
yeah, I'm excited. We're gonna be doing a couple Christmases this year.
We're 3 Christmases this year.
Gonna be hopping around and doing stuff. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be. I'm especially excited for this year because our daughter's 4, and not that she didn't get it last year.
She really gets it this year.
She really gets it this year. Like last year, you know, if you want to talk about Santa, she was kind of like.
Yeah. No, we're doing. Yeah. I think this year we're actually doing the putting cookies and milk out. And
yeah.
Yeah.
And last year, I remember we put like a present in front of her and she didn't open it. We like had to open it for her.
Yeah.
Even though she was 3, she was just kind of like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And she didn't really open it. We had to open it for her. And then she just only played with that. And it's like, baby girl, you have like 50 more presents.
Your grandma spoils you rotten. You gotta look behind you.
So I'm thinking that it might be a little different this year because she is
Oh, she's
chomping at the bit.
We had to get an advent calendar to keep her patient. It's like, it's a Christmas yet. It's just like, no,
to
baby.
teach her like patience of
Yeah.
like, we got this many days till Christmas.
Mm.
Like the day after Thanksgiving, baby girl cried. She goes, I want it to be Christmas. I'm like, I'm not doing this every day until Christmas. So
Why isn't it Christmas?
why isn't it Christmas right now? I'm like, I know, I want it to be Christmas too.
I wish I could control time too, baby girl, but that's not an ability Daddy has.
I wish I could make every day Christmas. But
Yeah.
no, but then I told her if every day was Christmas, it wouldn't be special. If you
Yeah.
got presents every day, they're not going to be special.
This year is going to be because we go to my parents' house because my brother's in town. So, and it's our turn to go there this year. And then we come back and it's going to be Christmas at our house. And then we go to your parents' house. So it's like 3 Christmases.
It's going to be fun.
Oh my God. It's going to
Like
be
2.5.
wild.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited.
Mhm.
I think I'm most excited just to see her.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here. Nice, concise episode about a holiday that we spend. So if you
Yeah.
do celebrate Christmas like we do, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, because I think we'll have one episode between New Year. So we'll talk about New Year's,
Sure.
that or whatever. So, but
Yeah.
yes,
Happy whatever holiday you celebrate.
So
and
happy
if
holidays.
you don't, have a good day.
have a day.
Have a day. Enjoy whatever federal holiday you hopefully get from work. But if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode here. Nicki Dimalanta, where can they find you online?
Twitter. You can find me at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, Instagram and TikTok at Rogue Leader Drew. If you listen to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
And if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner to see we do things on the YouTubes.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RADcast. We'll see you guys next time.